James Fletcher Jr. Oh my goodness. First in the house tonight, followed by Mr. Rob Nussbaum. Our ass prod. Looking over our shoulders, making sure we're doing this thing right. Mike Draco here with us. Greg White, T-Hoss, my brother. Robin Higginbottom, Jeremy Sather. Radar. So, hey man, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine, and we are just 2 minutes from going live with Shop Talk. Short countdown tonight so we can get this thing rolling fast. The boss laid down the law tonight, said no more five-minute thing tonight. You're going to do this in 3 and like it because I said so. Mark Durham in with us, Bill Stevens, Russ Journey, Anne Marie. Hi, Annie. Dennis Stauber in the house with us, Steve Sokol, Steve Broyles from Detroit. Right there, coming your way soon, Poppy. Get ready. Greg White, 2 weeks till Fandango. Fantastic. Minute and a half, we're going live with this one. It's just enough time to run, get a drink, kick back, relax, get ready for 90 to 120 minutes of all the two-wheeled bullshit we can fit into a little program we do every Sunday at 9 p.m. we call Shop Talk. So good to have you guys here. It's been a hard week. We're going to get into that. Ashley just got home from the prow. Oh my God. I'm crazy with this thing. All right, we're short time. Where are we at? 40 seconds? 40 seconds? That's enough. That's enough waiting, man. Let's get this one rocking. Pull this one out of the station, get it up on the rails. Let's go live with this week's installment of Shop Talk. Here we go. Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It's just after 9 p.m. on Sunday. That means it's time for America's favorite two-wheeled talk and information, entertainment, some bullshit we like to say program. I'm your host with Cycle Source Magazine, Chris Callen. Good to be here with you guys. Always good to be here. Episode 231, rocking on through. But tonight, it's just me and Heather.
Well, Mark's here.
Mark's kind of here.
Mark's kind of here. He's here in spirit.
He's working on it.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of creepy.
So we got this cardboard cutout. Let me bring up your full screen. We got this cardboard cutout a couple years ago, made of Mark, so we could take him to Sturgis with us. And now he just hangs around the office.
That was the year Mark had the best time ever in Sturgis.
We did everything with him. But we forget sometimes that he's down here in the studio, and you walk around the corner, and there's the cutout. It scares the dog shit out of you.
But it's great when people stay here because they stay down in the basement, and we'll, like, put hats on them, and we'll hide them in the corner. And
oh, my God. Do me a favor and pick your microphone up just a little bit before we get started here, because I want everybody to hear what you're saying.
Hello.
Mark is working his ass off, and that's been the trend around here. Like, I don't know if you guys know about this hashtag Chopper Friends Throwdown thing that's going on, hashtag Chopper Friends Throwdown, but everyone is busy hashtag Chopper Friends Throwdown, getting ready for hashtag Chopper Friends Throwdown.
I cannot wait till hashtag Chopper Friends Throwdown is hashtag over.
Mark,
just saying.
Mark literally, when I was at the shop a little while ago, because this is what I was doing too, but he's down to 2 fingertips that he has left from painting 3 motorcycles, getting and
well,
like,
doing all that body work because
oh
like two out of the 3 had Frenching on them, right?
Yep. It was a lot. So that's the exciting news, though, is that we're just short time for Arizona Bike Week, and the shop has been a fury with 3 motorcycles. You can see late at night, it's 3, 4 in the morning. We're using.
Are you excited about the Chopper Friends Throwdown? You're like,
I'm very
skipping
excited.
the news, like you're
I
into it.
I want to talk. This is what I was doing this week. So this is a complete and inappropriate use of Paint Huffer's black metal flake, which you guys are going to see when we get this panhead done. Big shout out to Steve and everyone at Paco. Man, these two right here, these two characters came in for the last
Doug doesn't look like he's working too hard in that picture.
2.5 days. Wow, Chris Summer Simmons watching from an airplane over the Pacific Ocean.
So cool.
That's so cool. So Doug and Big Brian, man, came in and like we're doing final assembly on the pan, and they really gave us some killer time, and we had a blast too. I mean, garage time with your boys is never a bad thing.
I think they went home with belly aches.
Mark has basically been locked in the body shop. This was 20 minutes before I sat down in this chair to do the show. We finally got final clear, and that was on the way to where we are at this very moment. There's some more clear. They're spraying Mr. Keep.
That's you making a big old fat mess.
And this was the post I did earlier. Why in the hell is it when you have 0 time, this is when shit like this happens?
Because you're rushing and you're going too fast.
I was mixing the paint. It hit the floor, blew up all over me, my shoes, my shirt. Oh, my God.
Was that a shirt you were saving for nice?
It was one of my best flannels, dude. It was actually the flannel that I get yelled at for wearing all the time in my videos. So Mr. Toast is in the house. I saw
here.
Joey.
Chacha's here. Like everybody's
Chacha's
here.
here. Get out of here.
Yep, Chacha's here. David
Right
Crum, Bill Stevens.
So here's
Mama. Oh, I can't say your name. Sorry.
Flannel is the way, Rob. It is the way.
Gary and Annie have a new espresso machine. I'm so excited.
I want to talk
Should we
about.
Go back
I'm
now?
not done yet. I
Whatever.
want to talk about my espresso machine. This is where the 49 Panhead sits right this moment, waiting to go to hashtag Chopper Friends Throwdown.
He's supposed to ride that in like
Mike
a week.
Woodyshek is here.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, you violated my shovel head. I just saw that picture tonight. I'm very upset.
He didn't violate. It was me and Flash.
No, that was him on
Was
there.
it him?
Yeah. So you
Cut it out.
Oh my
me
goodness.
And Flash.
You and Flash too? That poor shovel head. I don't know if I'll ever look at her the same again.
Look at that. Look at that. That is stone sexy. I'm so pissed off that John Jessup used the name Sex Machine because I feel like this is a sex machine.
5 Dirty Bikers wants to know if you'll replace the Siri voice for them on their phone. Oh.
So yeah, man, lots of stuff going on, lots of work, but it's all when we all roll into Arizona Bike Week, it's so going to be worth it. Of course, when we get back, we're going to have to do more body work and actually put the graphics on the bikes.
I'm actually finished the paint, but at least it will be there.
Yeah. So, hey, if this is your first time watching Shop Talk, welcome. Thank you. We do this show live on 15 or so different social media channels every Sunday, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. What is it, in case you don't know? It's basically what we do with Cycle Source Magazine, but in video format and live. We have feature bikes on. We have some tech. We have guests. We get into all facets of the entertainment that we cover in Cycle Source Magazine. We usually start the whole thing off with a little segment we call the news.
The Shop Talk World Report is brought to you by Law Tigers. Get the compensation you deserve and get back on the road with Law Tigers.
First up in the news tonight, and this comes straight from our own Cycle Source Magazine World Report, cyclesource.com. Riveter chapter of the AMCA presents Chicks at the Crossroads. Women-focused AMCA chapter announces 2024 event. Today, the Riveter chapter announces Chicks at the Crossroads ride scheduled to take place June 15th through June 28th and 24. Up to 40 women motorcyclists will meet at Dale's Wilshire Time Museum in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, and ride through the southeast region of the United States. The event blends the riders' passion for motorcycles with a passion for music. Featured stops along the route include the Coker Museum, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Nashville's famous Lower Broadway, with the Ryman Auditorium, Tootsie's Orchard Lounge, Robert's Western Wear, and Johnny Cass Museum, many other
that sounds like
musical
fun.
points of interest. Yeah, and this was this. I'm assuming, I shouldn't say this is. I'm assuming this is the continuation of the Chicks on 66 that we just covered in the magazine.
Yep, absolutely. So hopefully we can get some great coverage of that as well. Maybe I'll go this year.
Yeah, how about it?
That wouldn't be bad.
You said that last year and like right down to the last minute.
No, last year we were somewhere else last year. I think it was coming into, it overlapped something. It was just an inconvenient time.
Well, maybe they can work on that for you, Heather.
Oh, I'm sure they'll just rearrange everything for me.
Next up from Ride Apart, 23 Distinguished Gentlemen's Ride date is here for your calendars. The most dapper event of the riding season is set to raise funds for men's health in May. Have you been looking forward to the 23 Distinguished Gentlemen's Ride and just waiting for the day when you can stick that date in your calendar? If that's you, then wonder no more. This year's DGR will take place on Sunday, May 21st, 23. As always, it will be happening worldwide, so anyone who wants to participate has the chance. For those unfamiliar, and this is where I'm gonna come over to Heather, because this is a cause that's near and dear to her heart, and I think this is an awesome thing that they do, man.
So we're going to be at TMMR that weekend. Maybe we can like pull something together for that last Sunday.
Yeah.
This is near and dear to my heart. I lost my dad. I'm going to cry. Damn you.
Come on now.
I lost my dad in 2010 to prostate cancer. Even after treatments, prostate cancer is one of the most treatable forms of cancer if you pay attention and if you have your PSA test. PSA test is just blood work. It's not invasive. It's simple. It's the most common form of cancer, but you have to be aware and you have to test for it. This is helping men do that. It's helping them with treatments. It's helping them with testing. So go do it. Dress up, have fun for the day, ride your motorcycle, and do some good.
And that's basically what it is. I mean, you dress up, you make yourself a distinguished gentleman.
Yep.
You ride your motorcycle.
Yep. Distinguished ladies, like, dress up, make it a fun day, and the amount of good that you will do is staggering. I want to say over the past few years, it's well over $13 million that this Distinguished Gentleman's Ride has donated, because it's not only just for prostate cancer. They address men's mental health issues as well, which we know, especially in the motorcycle world, is pretty significant. Oh, wait a minute. Whoop, whoop. But anyway, you check it out. They have them all over the country. There's probably one in your city. If there isn't, start one. Grab a bunch of friends and go for a ride.
Hey, Heather. That's for you right there.
Hey,
next up in the news. Next up in the news, and this comes from the Motorcycle Power Sports News. New MIC chairman, that's the Motorcycle Industry Council, and officers selected. The Motorcycle Industry Council Board of Directors elected Derek Brooks as the new chair of the Industry Trade Association on March 14th. During the group's first 23 meeting, Brooks is the motorcycle product line manager at Yamaha Motor Corp. USA. John Hintz, CEO of KTM North America Incorporated, was chosen to serve as vice chair. Jim Woodruff, CEO of National Power Sports Auction, will remain secretary treasurer.
So I put that in there because that was one of the things that that was just brought up not very long ago with the small shop owners thing you guys have going on, is who actually is at the head of the MIC.
Well, and it's not even just the MIC, also the AMA.
Yes.
You know, like it's surprising. It shouldn't be totally surprising, but when you consider that these major organizations for the motorcycle industry are chaired, you know, in a large way by people from within the OEs. You know, so like when it comes to concerns that we were talking about with the small shop owners deal, you know, you'd like to find a way that maybe these organizations can get some kind of representation within their group too.
It's coming down the road. I think it's going to be a bit, but it's going to happen. Right
on. So yeah, that was a killer thing that we did in Daytona. More on that. This comes in from the Dealer News 50. Vance and Hines is offering $170,000 in contingency cash. Check that out.
That's a big deal.
So their contingency program for KOTB. Twins Cup, singles, Super Twins, PSM, multiple, 173,000. Beyond the Baggers, the exhaust experts of Vance and Hines kicked off the 23 contingency program in partnership with 5 race sanctioning bodies to the tune of $170,000. The program offers contingency payouts for funds to riders in NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle, Moto America King of the Baggers, and Twins Cup, American Flat Track, XDA Drag Racing, as well as the Bagger Racing League. Racing is the ethos of Vance and Hines brand, said Vance and Hines president Mike Kennedy. These contingency programs are just one of the ways we support racers who compete using our performance products. So big props out to them. Supporting any of this racing is, absolutely crucial in keeping it going, because a lot of people don't understand how hand-to-mouth all of this is. And even, I have to tell you this, we got invited to a premiere of Luke Leatherman's
that was pretty cool
documentary not a couple weeks ago in Ohio. And even with a company that you think about like Fueling being this great big company, when it came down to the clutch hour and Fueling had blown up a motor, it was Vance and Hines who
they donated a
got
crate
together
motor, right?
through Harley, and they all helped
They
each
had a
other out,
spare
just like you do
motor,
at the racetrack.
And they blew that one up too.
I know, dude. So a lot of us getting ready for TMMR this year and heading back to Loretta Lynn's ranch.
Yeah,
and this
buddy.
next story comes out of there from Motorsports Newswire. AMSOIL returns to Loretta Lynn's ranch as official oil presenting sponsor of the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championships. MX Sports has announced that AMSOIL Incorporated, a Wisconsin-based company that specializes in formulating top-tier synthetic lubricants, will make its anticipated return to Loretta Lynn's ranch as the official oil of the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship. This multi-year partnership will also see AMSOIL serve as the presenting sponsor of the world's single largest motocross event, beginning with its 42nd running this July 31st through August 5th in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. Big props out to them. You guys hear us talk about this every year, Loretta Lynn's, how significant that piece of property is for. That is the beginning. Anyone who has ever been anyone in the sport of motocross has cut their teeth at Loretta Lynn's and proved their mettle. So big props out to AMSOIL for supporting.
Did you ever ride there, Chris?
No.
I
was never.
Listen.
No. Well, I've said many times I've competed in almost every two-wheeled version of a motorcycle race that there is, except for ice racing and speedway. But at some level or another, like I was never really good at most of it. But you still have fun. That's all. You busy over there?
Sorry, it's our next guest, so I'm just making sure he knows what's going on.
I'm like, hey, what's happening here? Hey, so listen, man,
I'm multitasking.
We're gonna get to our guest here in just 2 seconds, but real quick, we're gonna take a look at one of the coolest feature bikes, in my opinion, one of the greatest bikes that were at the St. Louis Cycle Showcase, built by a young man.
Was he like 29 or something like that? Ridiculous.
And this bike has such an old soul. So let's check that out. When we come back, we're going to go straight to Fast Freddie. We're going to get you some news about Josh and what's going on with your favorite moonshiner. Stick around. You're watching Shop Talk.
Out of Focus is brought to you by Garage Build. Submit your build, share your passion. Powered by Dennis Kirk.
Daniel Heman, Indianapolis, Indiana. It's a 78 Ironhead Harley Davidson that we made into a digger. We did the front of the frame, built the springer, and made all the tin work out of aluminum. So it's just a digger, yeah. I have a background in like nitro dragster fabrication, and I worked at West Coast Shoppers for a few years. Do a lot of research, dig pretty deep. Yeah, we do these seat surrounds on a few bikes, but they kind of just fill the void. It's a good transition. But the back fender's a 36 Ford spare tire cover that's cut, and the headlights on the cowl that we made, it's all aluminum. So but they're 32 Ford cowl lights for the headlights. So it's got some early Ford parts on it. Made the tanks and everything else out of aluminum as well. And then my father that paints everything, all my bikes, he painted it after we did the aluminum work. I mean, I like the bottom fender mount, and I like the HF kicker pedal, but I like a couple small parts, I guess. I don't know. I'm Daniel Heman from Indianapolis, Indiana, and you're watching Shop Talk.
Hey, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine, and today I want to talk to you guys about tires. So I'm in the Dennis Kirk warehouse where they pretty much have a tire for anything on two wheels. That's one of the tricky things today in your local shop. Sometimes it's hard to get a tire. Well, they ship today from here. So pretty much any of these you can have tomorrow. Everything for your dirt bike, your ATV, your UTV, you can get these out today. And in addition to features like the tire finder on their website, if you buy the wheel at the same time you buy the tire, you get free mounting and balancing. Check them out today at DennisKirk.com.
Everything we do at the track shapes what we build for the street and the dirt.
You can see how bad these guys want it. A race to the line.
For us, racing is not for the trophies or the glory. We compete because it makes everything we do faster, more durable, and tested to a higher standard. For S&S, racing is the ultimate in proven performance, and we've been proving it since 1958.
All right, hey, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. You're watching Shop Talk with Chris and Heather tonight. Tonight, Mark has off because he's tied in the body shop and not allowed to leave until he gets...
That's at least what you're saying. You just tied him up and left him there, didn't you?
No, it's terrible. So listen, Daytona was somebody just said best Daytona ever.
Yeah, that was correct.
It was absolutely killer Daytona. Everything was off the hook.
It felt like it was kind of like a whirlwind. It went by really fast. Like I feel like I missed a lot, but I did a lot.
Yep. But one of the highlights of it undoubtedly came with some of the biggest heartbreaks. Sons of Speed was killer. Most racers there ever were. It was absolutely off the hook. But one of our very good friends of the program, of the magazine, of all of us in the community, Moonshiner Josh Owens, was in the last race of the day and hurt very badly. And you guys have heard us talking about this. We're going to bring Freddie, Fast Freddie from Godspeed Racing on tonight, and we're going to talk to him about what's going on with Josh. And we're also going to hip you guys to his GoFundMe, where you can go and help out, because as you can imagine, this is going to be a lengthy recovery. It's going to cost a lot of money. And even if you have $1, put your dollar in.
Yep. Show
this man that we're out here thinking about, and we love him. Let's go to the air and see what Freddie has to say.
Just Hanging Out in the Shop is brought to you by Spectro Oils. Made in the USA since 1966, the best oil on planet Earth.
My brother.
Hey,
how we doing? How we doing, buddy?
Good, man. Just tired.
Yeah, you've been every day in the hospital, huh?
Yeah, every day but today.
Oh,
my wife's got the flu, so I'm here taking care of her.
Aw. Well, we hope Jennifer gets better soon.
Yeah, she will. She's tough.
You're a hell of a friend, Freddie. You really are. You're a good man. I know how I know how this hit you from the minute the accident happened to, getting updates from him and everything else. Like this is something that you don't view as, everybody going out having fun or an arrangement or anything else. This is your family, like in a big way, and you can see that.
Yeah, he's part of my team, and he's my brother, and I just love him, man. And he's suffering, so I suffer when he suffers.
Right on. So give us the news about, because for a little bit there we kind of didn't even really want to say much about, we were getting updates about Josh and what was happening, but without hearing some good stuff, you don't really want to pass a lot of that on. And there's actually been some improvements. He's making some headway.
Yes. Well, in the accident, I mean, he was hurt pretty severely, and during that time, he had torn an artery in his heart, and there was blood leaving his heart and actually entering into the muscle tissue that surrounds the artery, which holds the artery together, and then it was coming back in another hole. Usually when something like that happens, it causes a pocket and it builds up clot and stuff like that, and they usually have to do emergency surgery. But because his heart was so bruised and his kidneys and liver and the tissue damage that was done to the artery, they just kept him induced into a medical coma to let the heart heal some before they actually did any surgeries. So he didn't have any surgeries done for the first week he was in the hospital. They just wrapped him really well, and they just was taking care of his wounds. And then once his heart healed and his heart was, doing what it needed to do in order to survive the surgeries, they operated on his legs and his knees. He broke both femurs in his left leg and his right leg. His right leg, he broke his femur twice. Mm-hmm. And he shattered his right kneecap in 8 pieces. He shattered his left knee, or broke his left kneecap in a Y-shaped break. And both, like I said, both legs, both femurs were broken, and they had to operate on both legs. And both knees had to be operated on. His ankle was broken. His wrist is broken. His T3 vertebrae in his neck was broken, but not so severely where they had to operate. They think it'll heal on its own. He fractured some ribs and broke a couple bones in his ankle and in his foot. But we're through the life-threatening part of all of it, and we're through the dangerous part of it. But he has a long, long way to recover, and he's struggling. He's really mentally, emotionally, he's struggling big time. And the only thing I can do is be there for him and help him.
Well, and I think that's where all of us can come in. If you're watching the show right now, or if you know somebody that's connected to this community at all right now, this is the time where you can get into action, because this thing that that we're doing here, we're going to show you the GoFundMe and everything. This is not about raising a fortune for somebody or something. This is the beautiful age that we live in. For all the bullshit that goes on with social media and all the dumb shit that we face in the world today, we have the ability to reach out at a moment's notice and take care of other people in our community. And when you talk about this guy, like here's the thing, and Freddie, you can talk about this for a minute here. This guy doesn't come out to Sons of Speed to add to his celebrity. You know, he's already got his celebrity status, and you know whatever that entails with moonshiners. But this dude loves this racing. He loves to come and do this. He loves hanging out with the motorcycle community, with his motorcycle family. You know what I mean? This cat is an undeniable part of who we are. You know, so immediately that makes him part of our community. And this is the best thing that you can do with all this connectivity today, is to be able to reach out and take care of your community.
Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, you know, I'm watching the comments over here, Freddie, and it's the fact that Josh has the support of you, like, first and foremost, is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Like, and you know, over here somebody said the world is a better place because of you, and that's absolutely true. No, it is, because we watch you at Sons of Speed, and your heart and soul is out there for everybody to see.
Oh, you guys have to know about this man. You have to know about this man we're talking to right now. If you don't know who Fast Freddie is, or you don't know how the important role he plays in Sons of Speed, there's times where 15, 16 riders are on the track solely because of the effort that he put in there, because he wants to share that experience. He has had such a beautiful transformation in his life that all he looks for is opportunities to share that with other people. We had friends come in from Arizona,
and he put them on bikes,
and he put them on motorcycles, and made sure they got a piece of this too. You know, good person.
But the fact that, I mean, not only do you do that for the racers, but when this happened with Josh and with Joey, you were there, because like it was a hard day all around. I mean, Josh obviously took the harder hit of the two. Joey is home and recovering, and you know, doing relatively well in comparison. He's actually watching the show tonight, which is a blessing. But it's a miracle that Josh is still here and he is giving you updates, but more so that you are there to share in that with him, and you are going through that every step of the way with him. That's incredible. And I know how hard that's got to be for you.
And for my wife and for my family. And we're going to take Josh in to our home, and we're going to nurse him back to health until he can get on his own 2 feet. We're going to help him all the way through. And my wife said, make a promise that every time a Sons of Speed racer gets hurt, we don't have to bring him home. You know, so it's not only hard on me, it's hard on everybody. But, and he has some great aunts and uncles, but they're way up in their age. You know, they're not capable of physically taking care of them and helping them. And he's my dog, and you know, he raced on my team. He raced my motorcycle. He didn't do anything, you know, crazy or cause any problems to cause the accident himself. You know, it wasn't his fault. Nothing he did was wrong. You know, and you know, I'm not going to sit and talk about the details of the accident, because it doesn't matter as long as Josh is alive. And you know, the first thing he said to me was, how bad is the motorcycle? And
Oh,
you know,
God bless him.
And he's like, I could have won that race. I was like, you did win the race. I said, you did win. So he's in a lot of pain, man. He's going through a lot of stuff, and mostly mentally, and you know, emotionally. He's really suffering right now, because before the accident he was perfect.
He was doing really well before the accident. Like we had talked that morning. Yeah.
You know? So then he had to get used to being all broken up. And because he had such severe problems with his legs and his heart. Um, they didn't ignore, but they put off little problems like broken wrists and, broken foot, ankle, stuff like that, because they wanted to take care of the main things first, and then they come back and fix that. So he was just getting used to um, feeling the pain and the suffering of his legs and not having the ability to be mobile, because his legs, in order to heal properly, he has to keep them completely straight. He can't bend them, he can't move them. So, and with that being said, he can't turn on his side and sleep on his side or anything. So he's stuck in one position 24 hours a day. They got him on freaking pain pills, and then after, it's been, his accident was on the 4th, and I think this is the 18th, right?
Yep.
So that's 14 days, and they just took him in yesterday afternoon, no, the day before, to do wrist surgery. So when he left his room, he felt the pain in his legs. His hand hurt, but we thought it was just a big sprain, a bad sprain. Come to find out, he had 3 broken bones in his wrist. So they had to cut his arm open, put a titanium plate in there, and screw his wrist all together, and then sew it all back up. So
I'm sorry.
When he came back after surgery, now he has an arm that he can't move. And he has throbbing from the tips of his fingers to his elbow. And he has a lot of pain there now that was more intense than just a bunch of broken bones in his hand that was just sitting there. Because now they then cut it open and screwed all kinds of screws.
Right. So we know this is going to be a long and hard financial recovery for Josh. I mean, he's obviously not going to be able to work for a long time. And on top of that, but what else? And we are going to put a link to a GoFundMe that some of his friends and family have started, because I don't care how good your insurance is, you're going to incur some exorbitant costs, especially with the condition that he's in. Is there anything else that we can do for him aside from helping with the GoFundMe? Does he need cards? Does he need letters of support? What can we do just to help in that aspect? Because the mental healing is almost as hard, if not harder, than the physical healing.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of love like that is going to help heal. It's going to help heal and help somebody when they're in a desperate situation. To get a card that says, get well, we love you, Josh, we're pulling for you. He can't get phone calls, he can't get text messages, he can't get video chats and all that stuff.
Right.
He's suffering. So anything like that, when he is able to go through them and actually enjoy and look back and say, wow, while I was down and out, everyone was thinking about me. So I think cards and stuff like that is a good idea. Yeah.
Well, and like I said a little bit ago here, man, this is not about, hey, can we raise a fortune for this guy or anything. If you have $1, put your name and put that $1 there. You know what I mean? Because that's one more person that he's going to know is out here pulling for him and praying for him and thinking about him. And that's again, going back to the motorcycle community and all the time you hear people throw around these phrases, my moto family. Well, here's your moto family, man. This is what it is.
Well, and we deeply appreciate it. Me and Ray started the GoFundMe, and I have complete control over all the funds, and it's going towards his rehabilitation. I mean, he has no health insurance, so every dime we earn is going to go towards, nursing him back to health, helping him.
So
And I mean, this is a dangerous, this is a very dangerous sport, and these guys come out to support the culture and the lifestyle of what we all claim to love so much. And this is where it all started in racing. We're performing, and we're putting our lives on the line, and we're racing these antique motorcycles for, everyone to come out and enjoy and see and get to experience why Daytona Bike Week is Daytona Bike Week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, these guys really put their lives on the line. I mean, Joey, he broke his back. He has 39 staples. The incision in his back is almost 12 inches long. It's incredible.
Oh, and Freddie, like a lot of people will say too, why even go through the risk? But like, really, if you've ever been in the pits there, or got the opportunity to go out on the track, immediately, because you're literally walking in the footsteps of history. Like it's a really, really special thing. It totally anyone that has ever been on that track understands it. But there is an inherent risk.
Yeah, and I mean, I had to be talked down. I mean, I wanted to quit, and I was like, man, I ain't with this crap, man. I ain't trying to sit here and watch my friends get messed up and get hurt. And my buddy Dan and my buddy Travis called me on the phone. It's like, listen, Freddie, when you love this kind of sport, you have to love the good and the bad.
Amen.
Yep.
Because the bad stuff is part of it.
Yep.
And you have to learn how to embrace that. And, he said, I've seen young racers die on the track. I've seen them be paralyzed on the track. I've seen them fly out and never come back. So he goes, but if we all just quit the first time someone wrecked a board track on a board track race and died, which many, many people wrecked on board track races and died back in the day. If everyone just quit back then, where would racing be today?
Yeah.
And it's in our blood. It's what, makes us smile.
Hey, a lot of people don't understand that the name Wall of Death, like back through history, the name Wall of Death came from board track racing. When the banks got higher and higher and higher, they went from there was a really bad accident at one of the big races, and they went from calling them motor dromes to murder dromes.
Mm-hmm.
And murder drome became popular to advertise and promote as the Wall of Death. And that's eventually that was the actual transition of all of that.
Well, how much I love Sons of Speed and how much I love being there and being a part. I just know that, to be there and be a part of it, I also have to be in the hospital. And I also have to be by Josh's side.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have to be by Joey's side. Immediately as soon as Joey was taken off the track after his wreck, and they said he was parked out by the back gate in the ambulance, I immediately ran up there and started praying and asking God to intervene, because it was a bad wreck. It wasn't, when you're doing 70, 80 miles an hour and you fly off that motorcycle and hit a wall, that's a bad wreck.
Well,
Now
there's a couple guys talking about this too. There's actually a ride going on, a benefit ride led by Tim Smith, Discovery Channel Moonshiner, and Dan Rowland, the GM of Down Home Harley Davidson. We're going to bring more information out about this as soon as we can get it. We're going to post it all over our social media. We'll talk about it next week on the show too. But just to let you guys know about that, I'm sure if you go Teddy Morris's Harley is involved, Savannah Harley, Atomic Harley. If you go to any of these places, I'm sure they're going to have information about it.
Yeah, it's posted up on the downhomeharley.com events page. I just threw a link up there. It's a 2-day event, so it's going to start in North Carolina and go down to Florida. Not a whole bunch of details, but please check that out.
But Freddie, man, listen, we want to have you back on to give us some more updates as soon as we can possibly have Josh on too and share everybody's thing with it. One question that came up here is not everybody does GoFundMe. Is there another place? People were asking is there a secondary location or another thing that they can do?
Like, can they send money to, like, through PayPal, friends and family, or can they send money directly to you?
Yeah, just post my cell phone, and if somebody wants to do that, they can call me direct, and I'll help them through that.
You're an angel, Freddie.
Anything's better than nothing, and we definitely need a lot to help Josh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, we're praying for him here, buddy, and please give him our love, and we're going to put this everywhere. People probably get sick of hearing and seeing about this stuff from us, and I appreciate you doing all this, and your wife too. Like, you tell that beautiful woman, thank you so much for all of us for being an angel and helping you carry this burden.
Well, I just want to say thank you to you and your wife for putting this, platform on for all of us to talk to each other and let everyone be aware of what's going on in our culture and our lifestyle. And I just want to tell all the Sons of Speed racers that are out there that I love them and that I can't wait to hang out and see y'all. And I'll keep everybody posted about Josh and how well he's doing and what's going on. And just to say, Joey, I heard you listening to this broadcast. I love you too, man.
Right on.
I really love you too. I pray for you every day, man. I hope you're feeling good.
Yes, sir.
I know your injuries were bad too, man. So I just want to say thank you, guys.
Right on, Freddie. Well, thank you, buddy. Thanks for being here with us and being the man that you are, being a good example for all of us.
All right. God bless you guys.
Love
God
you,
bless
Freddie.
you all. Love you too.
Oh, that's an amazing man right there.
Yeah, I know. And just about the time that you lose faith in some of this stuff and you think that it's all candy ass
Freddie.
and commercial,
Because he is the real deal. I have watched him run his ass off at these races. I have watched him pass
And
out
not
with
even
heat exhaustion, trying to get other people on the track.
Almost every year.
Twice.
Oh,
no,
man.
but he's an amazing human, and we're more fortunate to know him. But
Hey,
big
so-
prayers up to Josh and Joey.
Josh and Joey, we'll be giving you guys more information about this. We're going to continue posting this on our social media. Reach out anytime you want. We'll get you everything that we have available to us. We're going to get rolling here because we have a
We
lot
have
to
two
get
more
through
guests
still.
in the wings. Oh my goodness.
Real quick, we're going to take a look at a new product that's hot in my shop right now. And when we come back on the other side, we're going to go straight to our next guest. Stick around. You're watching Shop Talk in the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. Hey, what's up? This is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine's Grease and Gears TV, and this is your Product Spotlight. The Product Spotlight is brought to you by Drag Specialties, the world's largest distributor of aftermarket accessories. Today's Product Spotlight is on the Tech Cycles Cyclone Belt Drive System. Really, really great. You guys have been watching us build the 49 pan head, and this is an awesome system to use with this configuration, especially because we're using a mismatched 49 motor with a little bit newer shovel head style transmission. So what this gives us the ability to do is take advantage of their outboard bearing support. We're going to be putting that on because our transmission has the ears on it. It also, with a little help from Tech, thank you so much, Frank, they have an offset here so that we can match up the older motor with the newer transmission. My favorite thing, we're only running, the 8mm 2-inch belt drive, keep it nice and tight for the little chopper look. But my favorite thing about this is the fact that this system updates everything to the Evo style clutches. You're getting more plates in here, you're getting a better operating clutch system, and you're getting a double row bearing in the back of this thing. It's going to give you more support. It's going to be a better clutch. It's going to support itself on the outside of the shaft. It's going to perform for you better. So retail price is available on their website. Go and check it out. This is our choice for projects here in the Grease and Gears Garage, I suggest you get busy with techcycle.com today. Tell them the guys from Grease and Gears Garage sent you.
We're the Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers. We understand the challenges riders face every day. As riders, we want to share the road and be seen by motorists. Remaining visible is critical to our safety and well-being. That's why we work tirelessly to promote motorcycle safety and awareness. We're proud to support our community that includes riders of all stripes. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS or visit lawtigers.com. The Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers.
All right, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. I'm so excited because we just got a box of the IO mount stuff.
I know.
And we're getting ready to go on a road trip with it. We're going to be doing all kind of video stuff with the hashtag Chopper Friends Throwdown.
Oh, jeepers. Oh, my goodness. So a common theme that I've been coming across for the past week or so is the old adage is it takes a village. And that conversation we just had with Freddie is pure proof of that. It takes a village to get through the ups and the downs and the goods and the bads. And our next two guests actually fall right into line with that. It's Adam Sandoval and Ari from Law Tigers. It takes a village, and they are such a big part of the village of this motorcycle community. Adam is getting ready to set out on the Great American Convoy. And Ari from Law Tigers has, signed on to be a part of that, as Law Tiger signs on to be a part of pretty much everything.
Oh, they make it happen, right?
But we have Adam and Ari here to talk about the Great American Convoy and what they've got coming up in this next couple months, which is a whole lot. So, you want to go to the village?
Let's go to the village.
Just Hanging Out in the Shop is brought to you by Spectro Oils. Made in the USA since 1966, the best oil on planet Earth.
Oh, what's up, fellas? How we doing today?
Great. How are you?
We're good.
We need you to make us laugh right now. That was a heavy segment.
It really was.
It's sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's sad, but at the same time, it makes me super proud. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Where else do you find, what other industry, when people talk about this, where do you find this anywhere else? You don't hear snowmobile people, you don't hear boat people having this sense of community. Like,
Sure.
we should all be glad that we have such a great family around us.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. On a lighter note, where do I get one of those phone mounts, by the way? That thing is pretty freaking cool.
Isn't that cool? That's Mr. Brian Clock now has the IO Mount Company, and we just got a box of that stuff,
It
man.
does everything.
Right?
I can't wait. We're going to put it through its paces on our way to Donnie Smith this weekend.
Donnie Smith, and what else, Heather? Hashtag Chopper Friends Throwdown.
Like that. Get that plug in there.
Oh, my God.
So, Ari, we were talking about this before the show. You're responsible for pretty much like the next month of our lives. And and every substantial thing that's happening
Oh, my
for
gosh. Yeah, thanks, Ari.
coast to coast.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I don't know if I'm responsible. I'm just involved in it. The responsible parties are folks like you and Adam and Donnie and Neil, and Susie and, Christina and Lisa and the crew. So, yeah, we just, and Paul, we're just happy and proud to be part of all these amazing activities and opportunities associated with the motorcycle industry. So yeah.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I said it like that because, every time we have you on, we talk about the fact that, you guys really look for these opportunities to further and enhance all this stuff that we're doing. And I mean, a lot of this, the Donnie Smith show, man, that is historically significant, and it's an important part of every year. It's for a lot of people, it's the kickoff as much as for some of us Daytona is. For a lot of people, the Donnie Smith show is just that,
Yeah, I went last year. I'm still like, I'm not confirmed to go. In fact, Paul and I were just riding back from a really cool event called the Prowl, Back to Basics in here in Arizona. And
you got to go to the Prowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't make it on my bike, unfortunately. I was on my Suzy Q chopper that I'm supposed to be riding with y'all for Chopper Friends Throwdown coming up. And I have never ridden a hardtail chopper. It was my first time going on I-10 with Paul. And I actually went over a really chewed up portion of the road and got bucked off the bike.
Oh.
And luckily I didn't crash, but I caught some air. And coming down, I broke my foot peg. And so we had to literally pull over, counted my blessings for not crashing. Somehow my foot never hit the ground to jock me off, or I didn't hit a car. So thank God on that. But long story short, Paul had to go back to Tucson, 40 miles, pick up the truck, and then pick me up in the bike. And then we ended up driving into the Prowl, which is in Bisbee, Arizona. And we checked it out for about an hour or two, but such a cool, unique event. I'm excited to be involved. This year we weren't because they were full, but in terms of like sponsors, but next year we'll be there in full force. So I suggest anyone who hasn't checked it out, check it out. It's like Born Free 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, I hear a lot of good things. A lot of people, including and mayor of the town of Bisbee, unofficially, Mr. Jay Allen.
Right.
That's it. That's his hometown, and he was like, "Man, you guys got to come down for this. You got to see this thing that's going on."
Next year we're just going to go from Daytona to Arizona, and
you should. The town of Bisbee is it's like a European vibe, and it's just this quaint little mining town, very close to Mexico. Jay is a gracious host. Unfortunately, he was full. He had a ton of guests, so Paul and I couldn't stay there. We ended up staying in Tucson, but he's got a really cool place that used to house miners. It was like a motel for miners that's haunted, by the way. And I don't believe it is haunted. So yeah, it's cool vibe. So we got back. We had a flat tire on the way home today. So it was one of those weekends, but we made it home safe and sound. And I want to thank Paul and Nash. He was with us for having a great weekend despite the issues we had. So.
Right on.
Very cool. So now, Adam, you are no stranger to visiting Harley dealerships and traveling this great the roads of ours. You're doing 120 dealers in 120 days?
No. I'm doing 120 dealers in 84 days.
Oh, jeepers.
Nice.
That's even that's even better.
Yeah,
I think maybe. I don't know.
Depends who you ask.
I would take the 124 days if I could get them. But
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, where did you come up with this? Was this your brainchild? Is it Harley's brainchild? Tell me the backstory.
It's my brainchild. So Harley and I had a little bit of time where we didn't really work together as a corporate, or at least not with the corporate level. I still worked with a lot of the wonderful dealerships, but on a corporate level. And this last Sturgis, man, I was able to connect with them over a dinner, and we got to talking. And I said, listen, it's your 120th anniversary. I'd really like to put together something epic here and work together on it. And they said, okay, tell us what your ideas are. So I went back to the camp and threw this together and came up with this idea. I said, I think this would be a great way, to grow the motorcycle culture. Grow the community, get the community out there riding together, raise awareness for the 120 years that Harley Davidson has really kept this motorcycle culture alive, and raise some money for veterans. So it was just kind of checked all the boxes, and it was an epic road trip for me. So I'm excited.
That's outstanding. That does sound super exciting. I want to do
There's
that.
also a cool it's great because there's charity involved. He's raising money for charity. He's giving a bike away, which you have to be there. at the dealership to have a chance to win the bike.
But no purchase. There's no purchase. There's no tickets to buy. There's nothing like that. All you have to do is join the convoy at one of its stops. All you got to do is show up at a Harley Davidson dealership. One of the 120 that I'll be visiting. Yeah, there's all my stops.
Oh, he's going to be
84 days. Those are all my tour stops.
No kidding.
Yeah.
When are you at Steel City? We have to treat you to a dinner or something if you have enough time in town.
June 16th.
I don't have them all memorized, but
number 74 is right down the road from our house.
All right, we'll have to connect.
Yep.
Sure.
But yeah, so all you have to do is show up to one of those locations while I'm there, and you're automatically entered to win. I'm riding a brand new 2023 Anniversary Edition Road Glide. I'm going to be putting all my favorite touring parts on it, and I'm going to bang out this, we're saying nearly 30,000 mile road trip in 84 days.
Wow.
And 120 fundraisers and parties and chances to connect and be part of the Great American Convoy.
Dude, and this gets you the lower 48 in 84 too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not one you're missing, is there?
What's that? One state?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'll be in every state.
That's dope.
I'm in every state. Yeah. So across the country, like I said, we think it's going to be around 80, right around 30,000 miles, probably a little less, somewhere between maybe close to 25. We'll see exactly what it comes out to be so far, but it's going to be a grind, man. It's 12 hours a day, not one day off, for 3 months straight.
Oh,
that's a
great.
big undertaking. That's like everybody says, oh, that sounds amazing. Oh, I want to do that. That's a huge commitment. That's a huge commitment on your body, on your business, on your wife. Like that's incredible. I hope people understand what he's going through to accomplish this.
Radar just asked where in North Carolina. It looks like stop number 8, Fort Bragg Harley Davidson, Fayetteville. There you go.
So I did post a link to the convoy schedule so people can just click that and they can see when he's going to be in their state. And he's in several dealerships in some states over the course of a few days.
Every one of them's got a date, a time, an hour. I'm doing primarily, there's a couple days where I've got to hit 3 dealers in a day and they get broke down to like 1.5 hour stops, but 95% of them are 2-hour stops, about 2 a day. And, we just run from sun up to sundown.
Adam, what happens if you break down or run out of gas?
Well, I'm on a new bike, so hopefully I won't break down.
You don't have a lot of there's not a lot of wiggle room with that schedule, huh?
There's literally no wiggle room. It's down to 20-minute intervals.
Wow.
Literally, we've had to plan every mile and every in between each stop. Now, obviously, the stuff to the hotels and out to dinners and breakfast and things like that aren't added, but the actual route itself, every stop where I'm sleeping, how many miles, how many minutes, it's all very, very tight. The good news is if something happens, I'm always on the way to a Harley Davidson dealership.
That's great.
But you know what?
But I don't foresee any problems. I think my biggest risk on this thing is probably my body, because it's rain or shine every day for 3 months straight.
Yeah, it's going to be physically and mentally exhausting. I don't care how prepared you are.
No, and listen, man, don't get me wrong. I know you are a road warrior, but how old are you now?
He's young.
I am. I'll be 45. I'll turn 45 on this trip.
Yeah. So 45. Like, get your kicks now, baby. I'm telling you now, because like in a couple minutes, you're gonna feel it go right off the ledge.
What he hasn't told you is he's been in two serious accidents. He's got busted up, knee and shoulders, and I mean he's like the Bionic Man, and he soldiers through it. Through thick and thin, but he's been through a lot over the past 5 or 6 years of our friendship, and I can't believe he had literally like staples and bones sticking out getting on his motorcycle one time. He's a wild man.
That's dedication.
No, but you know what, man? I mean, this is the thing. I would be the same way. A long time ago, Harley Davidson came out when they first came out with the V-Rod Muscle. I was sort of busting balls at the press event. We were out at Infineon Racetrack on the West Coast, and on a bet with Paul James, their They're like PR marketing, head of activations. On a bet, I rode that bike coast to coast in 63 hours. And the other guys were just
That's a good run.
Couldn't believe that I was doing it, and especially on that bike. But I saw it. I know this is how you see this. Like, brand new motorcycle, nothing to really challenge you. But it's free 30,000 miles to just go out and book it, man, and go do this. Like, what an awesome opportunity for you too.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy long distance travel. I always have. I enjoy it when I've got a little bit more time. Like, this is not. If I was going to go out on a beautiful trip, this would not be how I would plan it. But this trip has purpose.
Yeah.
And this trip is about connecting riders, hitting as many states as I can, riding with as many people as I can, and raising as much money as we can for veterans. So it's just a grind. I think the guys like Scooter Tramp Scotty and some of these other guys have got the real plan where they go to an area, they set up for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then they go to another area, and they enjoy the areas. This is sun up, sundown. This is 12 hours a day, 10 to 12 hours a day, 90 days straight.
Well, can people want to ride with you? Are they able to join you for like legs of the trip or not?
Yeah, that's the real concept here is to get people to meet me at one of my 120 dealership stops. Like I said, the schedule and everything's on my website. Meet me there and join with me, whether it's just from one dealer to the next or whether it's a week or 2 weeks, whatever you can do, come out and join with me. We just ask that per dealership you ride out with me, you donate $25 to the Wounded Warrior Project. Awesome. So if you want to come for, 10 dealerships, it would be a $250 investment to our veterans. If you want to come for one dealership, it's $25 investment. Now, keep in mind that is a donation 100% to Wounded Warrior Project. Every nickel will go to them, and none of that is about the bike. The bike is a whole separate thing. That's just me saying, you know what? I want people to come together and ride. I want people to come together and form this community across the country together. So all you got to do is show up, and I'll enter you in to win my bike. There's no purchase necessary. No purchase even possible. All you got to do is just show up, shake my hand, support our veterans and the motorcycle culture, and we'll enter you into the contest.
Okay, Heather, I want the T-shirt.
So my question is, if people can't join you for the ride, just because schedules don't work, is there a place they can make a donation?
There will be. It's not live yet, but yes, there will be on my website. A place you just go on and donate. There'll be QR codes in the dealerships where you can go on and donate if you happen to be going through a dealership. If you're online, you can just do it right there on my website, or you can come meet me in person. I encourage you to take your time off work and come meet me, and let's do something good together.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to do something like this, Chris. Why can't we go ride motorcycles?
You can jump on with him when he comes in your town. Why don't you jump on with him for
spend a week with me?
No, listen, that's I'm thinking when you come to the Steel City Harley one.
We're gonna be in Laconia for the 100th when he's here, but we can maybe meet him somewhere else.
Well, let's hit up with it somewhere because this is too good.
We just have to do it on a chopper.
And you know what, dude? Like what you were saying about what Scotty and like Billy, Panhead Billy, and the stuff that they do. That's a whole other thing. Like this kind of thing. I mean, this is like Hokahay level. This is Iron Butt level.
Don't kill me for saying this. This is harder than Hokahay.
Well, Hokahay was nuts.
Well, maybe the Hokahay has a more difficult. Shorter time period, this is more of an endurance. That's like comparing running track to a sprint, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
okay, is like nonstop till you're done. I mean, those guys deserve mad respect, guys and girls.
Chris did the very first one years, in 2010?
Yeah, honey, I'm old. It was forever ago.
I like to remind him. I'm sorry.
Now he's got a jelly butt instead of an iron butt.
Right?
He can still do 1,000 miles in a day, I think.
Listen, and as far as us riding motorcycles, we may actually get to ride a motorcycle in Arizona if I get my shit together.
Yeah, how is that coming along, by the way? I saw some photos yesterday. Looks like you're making some progress there.
Dude, this is my favorite motorcycle ever. I love this motorcycle so much.
That's bitching.
So
That is
it
cool.
will be in Arizona. The paint will not be complete, but it'll be there.
The paint will be. Well, I'm gonna wait to do the graphics till I come home. So it will be painted. It'll be in process.
Are you guys going to come up Monday? A bunch of us are going up Monday to do some riding and hanging out. Are you coming up Tuesday?
Well, we have to
we're gonna
drive.
be at Donnie Smith until Sunday, so
Yeah, we have to drive. So as soon as we get to town, I mean, we're driving straight through and.
Okay.
Now, Adam, is your wife going to come with you on any legs of this trip? Is she gonna
Yes.
ride with
So
you?
her and I, we've been together for 7 years here this month. And so the first 3.5 years we were together, I was homeless. I traveled full time like this for 3.5 years. And we never have been more than, I think, 12 days without seeing each other. So she'll fly out every 12 days to wherever I am in the country, and we'll spend 3 or 4 days together.
Nice.
And then she'll fly home.
We have to
awesome.
put this picture up. That's great.
Yeah, I grabbed this picture because it was before your wedding the last time we actually talked. So,
Sure.
Congratulations! It looked like you had a wonderful, amazing day, and hopefully, it's been as blessed ever since then.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
I was there. That was the only time I've ever seen him in a suit.
Yes.
He looks
the
like
only
the
time you will ever
transporter.
see me in a suit.
Yeah,
He
all
looked
you
like the
dirty bikers
transporter.
clean up okay every now and then. I'm just saying.
He gave Jason Statham, from the transporter a run. He looked just like him. It was pretty cool.
Oh man. Yeah, because I'm balding, right?
Oh, it looked good.
But this is my man's typical MO right here.
Yeah.
Out
I
getting
lived like
it.
that for quite a while.
Out getting it.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so
there we are.
excited.
Enjoy riding.
Yeah, we're gonna my marketing managers, who I want to give a shout out to, are gonna be in the states that Adam's going to, where we have a presence, which should be quite a few of them.
Most of them. Yeah.
Most of them. So yeah, and Adam was nice enough to consult with my guys and say, hey, where do you want me to go? Because that way my team could be there to support him and the dealerships, which we have relationships with, most of the Harley Davidson dealerships throughout the country. So my guys will be going there, hanging out, giving out some swag. So if you do come, say hi to my manager. I'll make sure to give you some cool stuff and, get a photo with Adam and we'll probably be going live. So we'd love to talk to some folks that show up to these dealerships. These dealerships really are what, the lifeblood of our industry. They repair the bikes, they sell bikes, they support us, they put on events. And so, we're very proud to be part of this event. And I want to thank Adam and Harley for allowing us to be part of it. Just very, very cool stuff. So.
Absolutely. And then, like we said, shortly after Donnie Smith, we're reconvening all of this in Arizona. And this is another big part of the next 30 days of Heather and I's life. That
we just concluded a really cool contest where we gave away 7 RVs and RV spots for Arizona Bike Week in conjunction with Arizona Bike Week. And Lionel's going to be caravanning. Adam's going to be having his RV out there. We're going to have the Law Tiger's Den compound at the campgrounds at Westworld. And we're very excited to be returning there and to support Arizona Bike Week. And you got to check out of course, the Chopper Friends Throwdown Bike Unveil. Is that Thursday, Heather, or Friday?
Yeah,
I
it's
forgot.
Thursday.
Yeah, so
I want to say at 5 or 6.
5 or 6. And here's something. I don't know if you guys, if Paul's talked to you about this, but I know he was on a few weeks ago. But Paul, Bagger Nation, bought out the Wednesday concert. And it's free if you go simply to, I think it's on Paul's website, isn't it? The Bagger Nation website.
Oh, let's take a look.
And you can get
about it. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, you can get a free ticket to, what's it, Voodoo? What do they call themselves? The Voodoo?
Texas Hippie Coalition.
That's right. I don't know where it came up. Texas Hippie Coalition, yeah. So if you want to go Wednesday night, we're supporting that as well. But Paul's really the main man behind that. So yeah,
the PYO bash right there.
It is. So where do you go to his website? And I think there's a link. You provide your information on the link, and you get a free ticket.
Yep.
And there's no limit. You can have all your friends come. You don't have to be a rider. Everybody is welcome.
It's pretty cool too. I don't know if you've ever seen these cats, but Texas Hippie Coalition, one of my favorite bands, and like if you dig that Texas metal, like, you know, think of back in the day, Dimebag and Vinnie Paul, like kicking it with Pantera. That's the vibe these cats have. It's really
I take
good
it we're
act.
going to that, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Billy Idol Thursday, can't wait. They've got a great lineup this year. So
I'm excited for the whole rally.
Yeah, me too. Like last year was. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, last year was our first time at Arizona Bike Week, and I was so pleasantly surprised. Like
the bikes, dude.
Yeah.
There was that's why I was showing all the pictures of bikes from the bike shows. I couldn't believe how many great bikes were out there. Vintage, custom, like all the new performance stuff. Great bikes in that part of the country.
Yeah.
Arizona's just got a really good pulse on the motorcycle scene in general. I mean, Arizona's such a great riding state. I think that's one of the reasons I like the rally so much is just a great riding in every direction.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I think that's another reason why we should relocate to Payson.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because Adam and I are still looking for a campground in Arizona. He's obviously got his Moyer's location.
Yeah.
We're looking, diligently for a place in Arizona, which will give him an excuse to spend some time out here with all of us, but also give us an opportunity to host all of our fellow riders.
So I should connect you, Ari, with Long John Barwood. He just started Arizona Less Traveled, which is a motorcycle tour company.
And it's really cool thing,
and he's based out of Payson. He's very chopper centric, but he's really trying to bring people to places that aren't quite so mainstream and show them the real Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, Payson's awesome. Pine Top, where Paul has a place in Pine where we're going to be stopping for lunch for chopper friends. I mean, there's so many, you've got so many cool little quaint towns. Prescott. I mean, people think Arizona desert, or Phoenix, Tucson, what they don't realize is you have these cool little towns, especially up north where there's forest and
it's beautiful.
Jerome and Sedona, just amazing places to ride. Adam and I have done a bunch of those together, and he's done even more on his own. So I encourage anyone who hasn't been to Arizona Bike Week to come. It's a great venue. The Scott Westworld in Scottsdale. There's plenty of places to see and go. You can take a ride to Cave Creek. You can take a ride to Northern Arizona. You can go over to Tortilla Flats. Adam and I have done that.
You got to see Superstition Mountain.
Especially that time of year.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things I ever saw.
Paul's doing his ride through I think that area for the I think it's the Friday ride. Anyone's I think welcome for the charity, and we'll go through like Superstition. We'll go through Saguaro Lake, Fountain Hills.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to come to Arizona Bike Week, you can sign up. I think on his website also he has a link to it, but you got to check out the riding. It's phenomenal.
You'll actually already get a chance to meet our friend Long John from Payson.
Oh,
because,
he's gonna crash chopper friends.
Not technically crash. He and I hope this is okay. Like the rest of the guys that actually are in charge of the whole chopper friends thing might be pissed right now. But him and a bunch of the local chopper jockeys were all like, "Hey man, do you think it's cool if a bunch of us roll up with our choppers and just like
ride with you,
parking lot crash and like hang out while you guys are all getting ready and all this?" And I was like, as far as I know, everybody is welcome to crash with the chopper. I said, but as far as parking lot hanging out, I'm sure everybody can come and do that. So
my understanding is as long as, at least for that part, as long as you have a chopper, you can hang out. As far as the ride, I think they're trying to keep that.
Right.
I think but hanging out, I'm actually bringing, my social media coordinator, Giselle, my videographer. So I'm looking forward to getting everyone's stories chronicled on video and doing some lives. I want to coordinate with you guys about doing another panel. I'd love to film that. And that was, I think, my highlight. Obviously, the riding was awesome, but I think second to riding was when we got everyone together on that panel just to rib each other and give each other a hard time.
Oh, we
want to do that
again
for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll work with you guys to make that happen. But it's just I'm not a builder, so I'm an enthusiast, but I've been following along, and I can honestly say it's given me a number of chuckles to see the ribbing, but also it's given me like a sense of pride of being part of this community, what you guys have accomplished, because I don't think everyone realizes, but there's this huge text group of all the Chopper Friends guys, and everybody is cheering each other on. Sometimes they give each other a hard time because some of the guys are not as diligent as others when it comes to building their bikes, but it's been a really cool experience to see all these guys just showcase,
just helping each other
Adam
with
needs
parts.
a chopper.
Yes, yeah. Adam does need a chopper.
Adam, do you have
Ari.
a chopper?
I do have a chopper. Yeah.
So you need to ride your chopper.
Yeah.
When are you going to be?
I think it's a chopper. Maybe I don't know. What's the definition of a chopper? What defines a chopper?
Oh, that's
Chris. Come on, give him a schooling.
No, listen. If it's been affected other than stock, technically it's a chopper. Now there's different levels of it. A lot of people, purists, will say you have to have affected the stock frame geometry, because otherwise, like, you go back to like the post-war bikes that people eventually called bobbers. Those were cut downs, like when they started cutting parts off of them to make them faster and and such like that. But man, I think custom is custom. Like almost anything you do to a bike, once you change it from stock in any significant manner, it becomes a chopper.
What do you have, Adam? What do you have that you define as a chopper?
It's a boy. You're gonna hold me on the year here off the top of my head. It's a Indian Scout, rigid frame, suicide shift, 3-inch primary belt.
Oh yeah,
you're in.
Yeah.
Are you when you come into Phoenix for Arizona Bike Week?
I leave Wednesday to head to Phoenix, so I'm going to be there for a week prior to Arizona Bike Week, and I'm going to try to get a little family time in with my wife before I do Arizona Bike Week, then come home and go right on the road for 3 months. So we're gonna do some touring of Arizona together. It's my favorite part of the country.
If you guys want to come up to Winslow, we'll be up there Monday and Tuesday. Then obviously Arizona Bike Week starts Wednesday. But you and Ashley are welcome to come join us and hang out, even if you don't want to go on the ride. But or you're welcome to. If you got to have a chopper. Well,
I don't think I'm bringing my chopper on this trip. So
you can still come hang out in the parking lot if you want and have dinner with us. How about that?
Oh, I love it. You just totally told him he couldn't come hang out. That's awesome. You don't have a chopper. You can't play now.
Well, I'm only Paul is taking this very seriously. Jason's like, anyone who wants to come can come. And Paul's like, no, if they don't have a chopper, they're not coming. It's funny, they're on the opposite ends of the spectrum, and Paul's like,
Paul Yaffe Bagger Nation, no baggers allowed. That's so good.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah,
no baggers.
No one's allowed if you have a chopper.
That's awesome.
Oh man, well listen,
I'm just along for the ride.
I want to make sure that I put this out there. We've had a few people ask already what exactly the dates are for Arizona Bike Week, March 29th through April 2nd. 26th annual Arizona Bike Week at Westworld of Scottsdale. You can check them out on their website, which Heather is putting up in the comment section right now. Beyond that, like Ari said, we'll be in Winslow. If you have a chopper, come hang out.
And I want to give these gals a shout out, by the way, that are putting this on. I don't know, some of you may not realize this, but a very near dear friend of ours, Brad Bennett, passed away literally like 5 days after he was at my house for my 50th birthday, and it was unexpected. It was tragic, very sad, and he was the primary owner of Arizona Bike Week, and he had some partners, and these three gals have done a phenomenal job of coming together and continuing his legacy, and they've worked at the event for years as well, so I don't want to diminish what they've done, but he was the primary owner, and they've really stepped up and they're busting their butt to make this event a success. And again, I just want to give a shout out to the three gals that are putting it on, because it's a lot of work, and they're going crazy right now just trying to get get things done. So anyway, Christina, Susie, Lisa, shout out to you guys for making this happen. And again, without it wouldn't happen. So
they really do a great job too. They really do.
Phenomenal. So
right on, man.
So in the meantime, make sure you keep up with Adam and the Great American Convoy. Plan your schedule to go ride with him. A cool $25 goes to the veterans. We wouldn't be able to ride and do what we do without them. So go support that. And we hope to see you at Donnie Smith and Arizona Bike Week and all the cool stuff that's going on.
Yep.
Just this month. Holy cow.
Ari and Law Tigers have ruined our life. Too many cool things.
I'm on the fence about Donnie Smith. Like, I want to go, and I'm like, Paul, should we go? He's like, you got to get Susie to let me go. And I don't think she's going to let me go because she's putting on Arizona Bike Week. And I didn't want to ask her. I'm like, well,
yeah, I would.
Maybe if you ask her, she'll let me go. So we're still like on the with Donnie Smith and the show. And so I'm still like, 50-50 about going. My team will be there. We'll have a big presence there. But if you haven't been to Donnie Smith, it's a great show. It's awesome show. I love the event.
See us, and we're going to come riding with you when you're on the convoy.
I will look forward to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we'll
always good.
Reconvene in Arizona in like 2 minutes.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great day.
All right, everybody, you're watching Shop Talk here through the courtesy of the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. Going kind of long tonight, but we had a lot of stuff to get through.
Who's it going to be?
I know who it is, and I can't tell you.
You have a secret?
It's going to be awesome. We'll be coming to you live from, with that. We'll be back in studio with Mark once he gets done over at the body shop.
Mm-hmm.
But until next week, when we see you, same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
We have to say it together.
Bye, Felicia.
Great motorcycle parts, products, and events. S&S Cycles, Makuni American, Baco Parts, The Broken Spoke Saloon, Twisted Tea, The Iron Horse Saloon, High Seas Rally, Twisted Choppers, Twin Power, Drag Specialties, Geico, Law Tigers, No School Choppers, Motion Pro Tools.